Well, hello, friends. Real quick before we kick off the episode, I have to let you know about something exciting. I am seriously considering having an upgraded version of this podcast where you get bonus episodes and exclusive content. But here's the deal, I'm trying to decide what that content and those episodes should be. I do have some ideas, and I was wondering if you could vote really quick and tell me what you think about what would entice you, what would be interesting to you to get as bonus episodes on this podcast. For example, deeper dives into topics. Maybe I'm answering questions that many of you ask about starting or growing a business. Maybe even overhearing coaching calls, something like this. It would be a paid, upgraded version of this podcast, not very expensive at all, probably just a handful of dollars a month, but it be extra content for you to help you along your journey. My whole goal is to help you build your business dream. And I would love to offer you even more because some of you are asking for it. So if you could just look down in the show notes right now, there's two ways you can give me your answers. Number one, I have a Google form with 5 quick questions. It can be anonymous. You just answer them and vote on what would be interesting to you. Or number two, I have a voice memo system. You can just click it and you could just leave a voice memo with your phone right now and just record it and tell me what kind of topics, what things would be interesting to you behind the scenes, market news, what would be things that would be extra that would be really valuable to you. So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode. Well, hello, I'm Kimberly Brock, and for the last 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. And so now I'm on a mission to help other women just like you do the exact same thing. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started. Well, hello, this is Kimberly. It's episode 70, and I am so glad that you're here because today I want to stop you in your tracks. So many of you are saying you don't want to start your business or start a new phase of your business or start a piece of your business because you're not ready. And let me tell you something right now. You will never feel 100% ready. You never will. You have to just start. So today I'm going to walk you through the 4 ways and the 4 reasons why you have to start your business before you're ready. Now, if you're new here, I want to welcome you. I'm so glad you found this podcast because each week I provide you with all kinds of valuable tips for starting a business, doing what you love. Whether you've just got a business idea or you're just getting going, you are in the right place. Make sure you scroll down right now and get my free gifts for you. I have a 16-step checklist to help you as you start your business, and I have a business purpose guide that will help you just work through your business sweet spot. Most importantly, make sure you hit subscribe right now. If you are in Apple Podcasts or any other player, maybe you're in Spotify, hit follow, whatever it is, because I don't want you to miss out on any future episodes that are going to help you move your awesome business or business idea forward, right? And if you have been listening a while, thank y'all so much for being such wonderful listeners. Y'all have been writing such meaningful and kind reviews. It literally melts my heart and makes me so happy and keeps me going. Right now, it's freezing cold here in Texas, and it's been so nice today. I was going to pull up a review to read, and it just literally warms me up on this cold day to read these awesome reviews. Here is one that Mama B19 wrote, and I think she may be in my Facebook group, if this is who I think it is, because I recognize the name. But it says, Mama B19, I stumbled upon Kimberly's podcast when I was looking for resources as I was gearing up to start my small business. And I'm so happy I gave it a chance. I listen to her podcast almost every day as I work in my studio. And it gives me that little motivational push I need to keep moving forward as I'm in the first month of starting out. I've gotten so many helpful tips, and it makes me so excited for the future and excited to wake up on Monday mornings again. Oh my goodness, this is so sweet. And I love to hear this, that you listen every day. Oh, that makes me so happy to think that I'm setting forth here in my purpose, that it's actually making a difference for people is so rewarding. And I want that for you too. You all know that, right? So thank you so much for writing these reviews. If you've been listening a while and you've never taken just a moment to do me that huge favor and click 5 stars right now, oh, that would be wonderful. All you have to do, if you're an Apple Podcast, just hit the 5 stars. It takes literally less than a second. And then if you have 30 seconds to write a written review like this, y'all, it makes such a difference. Apple is showing it to more and more people, and it's helping spread the word. This is my main marketing method. So by you doing that, rating it and leaving in a review, it literally helps me so much. So thank you all so much for the wonderful reviews. Okay, on to the episode. Well, hello, everyone. I'm so glad you're here. Today, I want to kind of wake you up and make you realize that you will never feel ready when you're starting your business. You will never feel 100% ready for any part of your business. Do you know this? Do you realize this? I hope you do. Nothing will ever be perfect. Nothing will ever be exactly as you want it when you begin. But the point is, you begin. Because when you do, things start happening. So today, I'm going to share with you 4 tips I have, 4 pieces of insight that I've gained over the years in regards to starting before you're ready. And if you're new here, you may not know that this is actually my 4th business. I had 2 businesses that were online boutiques for almost 19 years. And I had a photography business that I photographed families and stuff. That photography business only lasted a couple of years officially because I simply didn't have time. I had 2 online stores that I needed to deal with. And then I have this business right here. So why I'm sharing that is because I have started businesses before I was ready each and every time. There was no difference between all of them. I just moved forward with something that I knew I was passionate about and I was excited to do. And I was looking for a way to make a difference, and all 4 of them have done just that for me. Now, a lot of you out there think, oh, well, I'm, sewing clothes, or I'm making trays, or I'm creating lotions, or I'm making candles, or I'm planning events, and it's not life-changing. Okay, I will grant you that maybe they are not life-changing. However, your interaction and your products or services with people make a huge difference in their lives, whether you realize it or not. And if you don't ever get this business started, you will never create the impact that you are meant to be making. You won't. Now, I know a lot of you have felt that you have something more inside you to do, like you have some impact to make, or you have a piece of you that just needs to be shown to the world because you want to make a difference. This is your chance with your business to do that. And just know that you will never feel ready on any piece of it, anything that you're doing. Okay? So I want to get in to these tips for you, and I want you to pay attention. And also, too, I've got the information down in the show notes. And one thing I wanted to add real quick, too, which was interesting. I had read a book not too long ago by Mel Robbins. She wrote a book called The 5-Second Rule. Have y'all heard about this book? It's really good. It's a quick read. You can get the audiobook or the written book of it. And she has a quote that says, start before you're ready. Don't prepare. Begin. Right? Now, with business, you need to prepare a little bit. Okay? There are some things you need to be doing, but you're going to be taking action as you start, right? You're going to start before you're ready. And this book, The 5-Second Rule, is all about things that we do in our everyday lives that we're trying to make decisions on, that we belabor, that we draw out, that we don't ever do because we're so worried about having things perfect or feeling ready. Like we're like, I'm not ready. And really, you have got to face yourself and realize that you will never feel ready. How many times have I already said this in the episode? You will never feel ready. Just accept it. Okay? You just have to start moving forward. So let's get into these 4 tips for you. Okay, the first reason for starting before you're ready is that you are making a decision that this business is worth the risk. This business that you have in mind is worth the risk. And why do you know it's worth the risk? You know it's worth the risk because you've been yearning to do this. You know that you have something special to give to the world. You know that you want to make a difference. Again, this is not in an arrogant way. This is just saying, I know that God has made me for something more and I have it within me and I just want to do it, whether it be to make art, whether it be to make clothing, whether it be to be an event planner, whether it be to give piano lessons, whether it be to help people with fitness, whether it be to open an Etsy shop for cute gifts, it doesn't matter. You've had something inside you that you've been so excited about to share with the world, and you have to make a decision right now that this is worth the risk. If it feels way too risky and you feel like you're having to put a whole bunch of money into something that you're really scared about, then maybe you do need to back up. Maybe you do need to step back and go, okay, have I done my due diligence? You have to ask yourself, have I done the homework that I need to do? Have I done just enough so that I can go ahead and move forward? And if you are super scared that you are going to lose money and your child's not going to be able to go to college, or you're not going to be able to have your house tomorrow if you fail, or that you've saved up for 20 years and you're going to lose all that money, then you're right. You probably need to step back. But my guess is that most of you listening are not risking a ton of money. So my question to you is, what are you risking? Are you risking what you think is your reputation? That's what I think a lot of you think, because really, you're not risking anything. The only other thing you're risking is not living your potential. That's the risk that you're taking, that you're never going to step out of your comfort zone. And in 20 years or in 10 years or in 5 years, you're going to go, why didn't I do that? Why didn't I just try and just go at it and just go for it and just take steps and do it? That's what you're risking. Hopefully you're not risking your house or your mortgage or anything like that. Hopefully you're being very smart about this. You've heard me talk about before that before I started this business, I almost opened a facial spa here in my area that was going to cost $500,000. And it was very scary. It was very scary, but I was assessing the risk before I did it. And if you've gone through my best business idea workshop, which I don't know if many of you know that I have that, but I have a whole, it's like a mini course to help you mentally work through a business idea and then actually validate the idea and check out the competition and do all these steps to make sure that it is a valid idea. I would highly suggest you go through that. If you are stuck on your business idea, it will get your creative juices flowing and it'll help you find a way to actually validate this idea and make sure it's a good one that you can actually make money at and that's not too risky, right? Because this is the process that I went through myself. And when I realized at the end of the day that this facial spa was feeling way too risky for my family's financial being, like if it didn't succeed, I decided I couldn't do it. So that's what you have to decide. But again, most of you are not risking $500,000. I don't think that you are. Most of my listeners, most of the clients that I've worked with have not. Now, I have some clients that are about to open stores or want to do that in the next year, and I get it. And that's a proven concept. You don't want to open that store until you know that this is going to be a successful business. And I highly suggest you start it online or through social media first and make sure that there is a demand and that people actually want what you are about to invest your hard-earned money into to build and create for them, right? So, assuming that you're not risking your family's financial well-being, this is simply a decision that this business venture, that this new journey, that this whole business is worth the risk. And the risk is that you will regret that you never went forward with it. Okay? I hope you let that settle in. This is a decision that it's worth the risk. I know it is. Many of you, you have it inside you. You just need to take the steps. You have to start before you're ready. You will never be ready. The second one is that when you are stepping into business, you need to find your people. You have to go out and find your people. That's why I created the Facebook group, because I wanted to make it easy for you that if you happen to find my podcast, that I actually have some people that are going through the same things. And I have a group for women. So if you're not in there, get in my Facebook group. You have to find your people. And let me tell you why you have to find your people. Because it has to be a place that you can air your fears, that you can say, you know what, I made a mistake. This isn't working. Do y'all have any ideas what could work? Or this is what I'm thinking about creating. What do y'all think? Here's my website. What do you think? Like if you were just passing by, you need some people to give you opinions where you don't have to feel weird about it. Because sometimes, let's face it, some of our family members don't get it. Do you feel like that? That maybe even some of your friends, some of you I know have spouses that don't even really understand why you're starting a business. They think it's silly and they don't know why you would want to do this. And that breaks my heart, first of all, because I've always had a supportive spouse and I cannot imagine not having a supportive spouse. And that literally breaks my heart for those of you that don't. And I'm so sorry on behalf of that, because I believe that by you not stepping forward into this, you're not stepping into the potential of what could be, right? Because some of you, a very small amount, will start into your business and then you realize, you know what? Maybe this isn't for me. I just want to go back to my 9-to-5 job and just know that I have pay coming in. And that's fine. But most of you are yearning for that purpose that you want to give to the world, right? And you may not even totally know what your purpose is yet. You just know you have something inside you. You want to create something special. You want to create something all your own. You want to make money doing what you love, right? You have to find your people. So maybe when all this COVID stuff is over, you can find a local group of people, or maybe you have friends right now that own small businesses. Create your own little Facebook group, or do meetups where you can meet up on Zoom and just say, y'all, every other week, let's meet up on Zoom and talk about our businesses. You can do that. And you can even get advice from people in our group, in our Facebook group, to see if they're doing that. You need a place you can bounce off ideas, that you don't have to be embarrassed when you screw up, that you can talk about how excited you are about this, that you can celebrate your wins. We celebrate in the group how excited we are. Someone will say, I contacted an old client because I wanted to see if they would like my services again. And that person was so scared to do that. The person in my group was so scared to reach out. And when she did, the client said, yes, actually, this is perfect timing. I would love to talk to you. This is what I'm talking about. We celebrate stuff like that. You need to find your people. Okay, so if you don't want to be in my Facebook group, I'm not going to be offended. I'm telling you that it's here and I've created it for you, but you need to find a group. So you need to find a group locally. You need to create your own group. You need to have your people to be able to talk about, brainstorm, get feedback, celebrate, listen when you're having a hard time. Right? You need to find your people. Okay. So again, let's review. The first one is you have to decide that this business is worth the risk. You're going to start before you're ready. You're going to find your people so that you can start before you're ready. The third thing you're going to do is start taking action, because action brings momentum. And momentum is like the greatest drug. When you have it, you will be moving forward going, oh, well, okay, that customer wasn't happy, or I screwed up on that, but heck, I'm moving forward and there's 10,000 other great things going on. But you can't have momentum until you start taking steps. And you can't start taking steps until you decide to take steps. You have to do like Mel Robbins says in the 5-second rule, and you can't overthink it, right? You have to be smart, make a conscious decision, but you have to start taking action. In the Facebook group, as I said, on Mondays, we post what's your imperfect action, because we want you to commit, because it gets you going each week on Monday to kind of go, okay, what are the things that I could be working on today? And if I have a question, I actually have a group that I can ask people what they think I should be doing. You can use my checklist, my free checklist that I have for starting your business, and start working through that so you can start taking action. If you haven't downloaded it, like I said at the very beginning, there's a link below to get that checklist. It just gives you a quick idea of the things that you need to be getting done, right? You need to be taking action, and you just have to go. You will never feel perfectly ready. It's just like me. I'll tell you this. On video, I'm now going to be on video more, right? I've recorded videos for some of my workshops, but I'm going to be on live video more. And it's taken me a while to feel ready. I'll just be honest. It's weird. I've been on the microphone since the beginning and I had no training. And for some reason, I just did it, right? But video to me is different. Where there's other people that I see that are like, oh, I could be on video all day long, but I'd kind of be scared to commit to a podcast. I could do live video anytime, but just to think that I have to come up with some good content each week for a podcast is scary, right? Everyone has their thing that they're scared of that kind of takes them a while, and that's okay. Those things can come secondary, but what can you be doing now that you are comfortable with? Okay, so the example of me, what I was comfortable with was audio only, talking, expressing myself. Now video is coming and I'm becoming very comfortable with it, right? But it took me a little while. But again, that was my secondary method. So you need a first type of method for yourself, right? The method that comes to you the easiest, the best way that you can start moving forward with your business. And maybe it's you're a good networker and you have lots of friends and you can start posting about it. You can send emails. Like, what is it that you could do now? And then what is it that you could be working on in the background to develop so that eventually you can get to that too? Okay. Action brings momentum. And another small note, action will also bring mistakes. And you know what? You need to approach mistakes and failures as learning experiences, right? These are ways for you to learn, because if you fail and you do something, you're like, you know what? I built a course and no one bought it. And I realized no one wants a course from me. They want me to be live with them, helping them. Ta-da! You just learned a huge lesson. Okay. You went through the whole process of creating a course or an online workshop and you realize that's not what people wanted. And you realize you should have done more research before you did your course to find your ideal people to see if they really wanted you in person or a course, because maybe that could have prevented you from creating that course in the first place. But you realize now that was the mistake. It wasn't the mistake that you made the course. The mistake was that you didn't do the research ahead of time to make sure that this is how people wanted to receive your services. Right? You learn from that. So as you're starting your business, you're not ready. You're going to take action. Sometimes you're going to fail. Sometimes it's going to bomb. Sometimes it's going to stink. I looked back at some video that I did, I think it was maybe a year ago. And I was just with a group. I can't even remember if it was a Facebook group or what it was in. And they were like, just get on video. Y'all, it was the worst video. The lighting was terrible. My hair looked terrible. I looked awful. It went by on my computer, on my hard drive. I was searching for something and the video, I guess, had recorded. It was awful. And I'm like, oh my gosh, delete. Delete right now. I don't even want that on my hard drive. I never want to see that again. Right? That's what happens. But did I really make a mistake? No. I put myself out there and I did something. But you know what that terrible video did for me? It got me to make a whole bunch of more videos later. And I recorded my workshops, forgot all about that video, didn't even remember that I did it until it appeared on my hard drive not long ago. And I deleted it, permanently delete. Then I went to the trash can on my laptop. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? So you can permanently, I was like, I cannot look at that again. But then part of me was like, I almost need to keep it so I can see where I started from. I probably should have kept it, but I didn't, because I don't even want to look at it again. I've moved on. I've gotten past that, but it is kind of nostalgic. Even in a year, you can look back and go, holy cow, look where I just came from. Look what all I have done in the first year. Action brings momentum, but let me tell you something, you're never going to feel ready totally to take that action. You just have to go. Okay, so let's review. Decide that this business is worth the risk. Number 2, find your people. Number 3, start taking action because it brings momentum. And number 4, your purpose will be revealed through your action. Did you hear me? Your purpose will be revealed through your action. Because a lot of people in the beginning are like, what's my purpose? I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing the next years of my life. I know what career I want to have, but I want to be fulfilled by it. I want it to be something I believe in. Am I right? Am I high-fiving all of you right now? I only know this because this was me, but also because I've been working with you all for a while now. And this is what you say. We're all on the same page here. We want to have a fulfilling career. We want to make money doing what we love, and we want to make a difference in this world. Do you agree? You agree. We want to make a difference. We want to create impact because we know that God has given us gifts that we're not using or that we felt like we've been suppressing and we know there's more. That's why you're here. I'm here to help you so you can do that. And the funny thing is, before you start, a lot of you are like, well, I need to know my purpose before I start. The truth is, you're going to know your purpose somewhat, but it's not until you start taking steps and then you start getting feedback, just like me when I start getting testimonials. I was sharing, that I knew I wanted to tell people they wanted to start businesses. I wanted to give them the steps. I don't think I realized the magnitude of, and I'm not saying this at all in a bragging way by any means. I'm just telling you because this is relating to purpose, right? I'm just sharing with you. is that people have been saying you actually helped me believe that I could do this. You're motivating, you're inspiring. I knew that's the kind of person I wanted to become, but I didn't realize that through my actions, that's what was happening. It's the same for you. What are you doing? What's your business that you're thinking of? You want to make blankets. You want to make clothing. You want to help with events. You want to help with fitness. You want to make jewelry. What is it that you feel like right now, just off the top of your head? What is that purpose that you're feeling that you want to have for others? And what I will love to see is a year from now, when you get this thing going and you're taking steps, what really becomes the purpose, what people say that you did for them. That's what I can't wait for. And that's what you can't wait for. You can't wait for that. You can't let your insecurities, your worry, your low self-confidence, whatever, get in the way of your purpose. Because once you're moving forward with it, it's going to be revealed to you. You have to start before you're ready. You will never be ready. Okay, so let's review the 4 reasons why you know you have to start before you feel ready. Number 1, because you've decided that this business is worth the risk. You've decided that. You decided that right now. This is worth the risk. Number 2, you know that you need to find your people. You have to find that group of people that get it, that get what you're doing, that are walking with you. Some people that are ahead of you, like me, who can help you, who've been through this for a long time and can save you so much time and angst and confusion and make you realize that you can do this, right? Find your people. Get in my Facebook group, by the way, if you're not. Number 3, realize that action brings momentum. And you've got to have momentum in your business. You have to. So you're going to have to be taking steps forward. And the 4th thing is that your purpose will be revealed through your actions. So if you are sitting back right now and you're like, I want to start a business, or I want to do this with my business, and you haven't started for some silly reason, then you are denying yourself living true to your potential, and you're denying other people the experience that they could have had with you. Don't do it. Don't let yourself. It's time. Start your business. Start whatever project you're working on. Just start today and say, I'm just going to do something silly. I'm going to make a terrible video. Whatever it is, get your nerves, like, what is that called? Get rid of the nerves of it. Just move forward. Just do it scared. You can do this. This is not that risky. You're not risking food on the table. You're risking not living your potential. That's it. I love you guys. If you're not in my Facebook group, number 1, make sure you're in there. But number 2, make sure you get on my wait list for my next Just Start session. It's going to help you get your business going right, create the 7 foundational pieces that will propel you forward. Because a lot of people just start their businesses willy-nilly, and you don't really take the time to map out your business. I've created 7 pillars that will support your business from here on out. So if you're thinking about starting a business and you want to know what those are, maybe you're just starting a business, you're trying to get everything going right, it will take all the mystery out of this. I've put it all packaged nicely in an audio series that loads into Apple Podcasts and a few other players. So it'll be like another podcast and you can listen to it. You've got a workbook. And now I have added a new component where I go live in a private group to talk you through each of the pillars and help you and give you feedback. So make sure you get on the wait list for the next session, because it can truly help you to just start. That's why that's the name of it. And to get started before you're ready. That's it. Y'all are amazing. Have a great day. Bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com, and yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.